Hello guys, my name is Sandeep and this is my first video on YouTube on my YouTube channel, Decoding Ancient Wisdom. So I've created you may know me from my Instagram, Decoding Ancient Wisdom. So my video will be all about ancient knowledge, sacred geometry and all that esoteric stuff, occult stuff and all. Okay. So in my videos I'll try to teach you that. Okay. So this video will not my YouTube videos will not have any script. Okay. So I'll say anything if I want. Okay. I mean, not say anything, like it's off script. Okay, I might stutter sometimes. I might not speak fluently sometimes. So you have to just it's unfiltered. Okay, it's like so it'll be like unfiltered. Okay, so I won't have any script here. So let's start with the topic. Okay, so my first topic is sacred geometry. So what's sacred geometry? So everything you see around you, everything has a geometry. Okay, you have to understand that everything has a geometry. Your hand, your head, so it's all crystallized matter which has become crystallized from ether. Okay, so you have to understand that from nothingness comes something. So as you can see, so every form of matter. Okay, the first form of matter is ether. We might know as God particle. From ether comes air, and then comes fire, then comes water, and then comes land, earth. Okay. So as you can see, when matter as you can see, the matter is increasing, the density of the matter is increasing in an ascending order. So you have to understand that it's about density of matter. Okay. So the first density of matter, it's called ether, or in Hinduism we call it akash. Okay, so you have to know about this, that it is the akash that gives blueprint to everything in this world. Okay, it's so that blueprint is sacred geometry. Okay, so this universe has a pattern. You can call it, we live in a matrix. Okay, it has a pattern, it vibrates. Its universe is conscious itself, it's the mind of God. So it's conscious, it has a pattern, it vibrates. Everything vibrates at a different frequency. Okay, so this is the thing. So let's talk about sacred geometry. Okay, so as you can see in this universe, everything is connected, everything has a pattern, everything has a pattern, and everything corresponds to itself. Everything, like you can see all these flowers, everything is so perfectly designed. Everything is these flowers, the spider webs, the oranges, the cyclones, the galaxies, the shape of galaxies, the water ripples, everything is so perfectly created. So there has to be a creator. There has to be, and that creator has a code, it has a blueprint, and that blueprint is sacred geometry. And that's what ancient people learned about. Okay, and that's what they learned that we didn't learn in these times. Okay, so you have to understand that our universe follows a pattern, and that pattern has a geometry. Okay, there is a pattern in the heavens where those who want to see it can see it in their own minds. Okay, this was said by Socrates. So geometry existed before the creation. No state can find happiness unless the artist drawing it uses a divine pattern, Plato. So you can see that they were talking about the something about patterns in heaven. Okay, it's a heavenly pattern. It's about the spiritual world influencing the material world. Okay, you have to understand that vibration creates form and form creates reality. Okay, that spiritual world and the unseen world, the ether or the akash, has an influence over the material world. Okay, so it's the blueprint of the natural world and the basis of all form. So what do you mean by form? The form is this: me, my shirt, my body, everything has a form. Okay, we define it by having a shape or a 3D structure, but it's actually given from the spiritual world. Okay, so how do you reach the spiritual world? How do you define the spiritual world? So let me define it. Okay, let me define it in in the forms of matter. Okay, so you have the land. Okay, land, prithvi, earth, and then you have water, which is less denser than earth. Okay, and then you have fire, and then you have air, and in the end you have ether. So it's the akash, it's the five elements or the five states of matter, five states of matter which has different densities which are lighter than each other. You can combine them in an ascending order or a descending order, so it has a pattern. Okay, so you will you can define the spiritual world with ether. Okay, it's the akash, it's the unseen force that gives geometry to this. It's like a code, it's like a code of the matrix, how the creator creates this reality. So it's the unseen codes behind the. So you can think of it like a developer. Okay, a software developer. So in coding there is front end developers and there are back end developers. So you can see this as a see ether as a back end developer which knows what's going behind the scene but cannot tell you. Okay, it's the ancient science that explores and explains energy patterns that create and unify all things and reveal the precise way that energy of the universe organizes itself. You have to understand that the universe is intelligent. Okay, it can unify itself, it can rearrange itself into a pattern. Okay, so everything you see around us, the nature, the leaves, the flowers, the fruits, the rain, the sun, everything is perfectly aligned for life to create itself. Okay, so on every scale, every natural pattern of growth or movement conforms inevitably to one or more geometric shapes. Okay, because the universe is fractal. Okay, what does fractal mean? So fractal is like infinite geometry. Okay, it's like how much you zoom, you'll find the same thing, same geometry everywhere. It's like in each aspect of the universe is the universe itself, the microcosm and the macrocosm. My body itself is a universe. Okay, as it is the part of the universe itself. That is why my body is also the part of the universe, so it is the universe itself. You have to understand this. The microcosm and the macrocosm, as above, so below, as within, so without. So, sacred, holy, or spiritual. So, sacred means holy. It was considered as holy, a term left by science to religion, meaning it has no place in secular education. Okay, it has no place in secular education because it was never taught to us in school. And you know why it was not taught to us in school? Because if it was taught to us, how will we won't be divided. Okay, like we won't be divided if it wasn't taught to us. We won't be fighting on religion, fighting on differences, religious differences, race differences, class differences, everything, financial differences. We won't be fighting with each other if it was if this concept was introduced to us before, but it was kept hidden. But it's okay. Like we have come a long way. So it's secular mathematics not equals to sacred mathematics. This lack of awareness of underlying connective orderly patterns creates a cosmology or universal perception of separation. Okay, so when you are not aware about this divine pattern, so it creates division, it creates separation. Okay, that's why it wasn't taught to you in school, because the elites know that if it was taught to you in school, you will definitely understand many things about this universe if you did understand this. But yeah, it is what it is. So they can invigorate, refine, and elevate us to discover the inherent proportion, balance, and harmony in the patterns that construct the universe and ourselves. Okay. So this sacred geometry can help us understand and define our universe perfectly, to how to make it balanced in harmony and peace. Because wherever you see there's chaos. Okay, there's chaos, people fight, something is like people fight each other, people go through chaos in life. So this sacred geometry can define us to get in alignment with us and to create harmony with each other. Okay, so as you can see, these structures, these buildings, the windows of these buildings and these patterns are so perfectly designed and so well made. So is it how was it possible back then? Did our ancient ancestors were so smart? Like What do today's engineers and contractors do? They build half built bridges and roads that can break in only 2 months. Okay, so this is the fact. We have literally regressed backwards. We are not evolving. Okay, we are going backwards. That's the thing. Because look at the patterns. Okay, these are so precise and so perfect that even now it is very hard to make. Okay, so the ancients believed that the experience of sacred geometry was essential to the education of the soul. So if you are a person in spirituality, if you are a person in spiritual in the spiritual world, okay, this is important for you. Or if you are in this, if you are excited. So the ancients believed that the experience of the sacred geometry was essential for the education of the soul. So this is important. Okay, if you are in spirituality or if you are in spiritual things, you have to understand this concept. It's very great of a concept for you. Okay, so a contemporary usage of the term sacred geometry describes assertions of mathematical order to the intrinsic nature of the universe. Okay, so it describes the mathematical world much better than the original mathematics do. Okay, sacred geometry is very important. That's why it's been used for thousands of years, but it was forgotten in this era. Scientists see the same geometric and mathematical patterns as arising directly from natural principles. So sacred geometry is completely natural. Okay, it's not man-made. It's not man-made. It's completely natural. It was back there even before humans came. Okay, so this is the thing. This is the geometry of this world. So the creator of this matrix, the creator of this matrix, has intelligently created the patterns. Okay, these patterns to reorganize the this world, this earth for us. Okay, so and we are the part of that nature. Okay, we are the part of this nature. So we also our it also affects our mind, and we also run in this geometric pattern. Okay, everything has a pattern, and that pattern is the key to creating a specific effect. These patterns create everything in the material world. So what are the patterns and where do we see them and why do they what do they mean? Okay, so let's get on to the next slide. So as you can see here, look at these images. Okay, everything in this image, everything is image has a geometry. Okay, so art, architecture, science, maths, and human body. So, a sacred geometry was used in ancient cultures in almost every aspect in art, architecture, science, mathematics, and all. So, these are the images. Okay, as you can see, the first image is Sri Yantra. So many people know about Sri Yantra. It's the ancient Hindu symbol of yantras. Okay, it is the primal yantra. In the center, there's a bindu, and there are 44 triangles. So this is a lot to do with spirituality. Okay, so we'll discuss about the Sri Yantra later. So you can see the Sphinx, you can see Mona Lisa. So Mona Lisa is drawn perfectly with geometry. Okay, that's why it's so captivating, and many people are drawn to this image because it was created using the golden spiral. The golden spiral is the geometric pattern that was invented by Leonardo da Vinci. He called it the Fibonacci series because Fibonacci was the nickname of Leonardo da Vinci back then. Okay, so there are crop circles, patterns. As you can see, the in Athens, in Greece, Athens, this building was also created using what you know as the golden spiral. Okay, and then you can see the labyrinth, the pyramids. Everything is so precisely created. The Freemasonic symbol. Okay, the tetrahedron, icosahedron, the dodecahedron, octahedron, cube, and these are the 3D versions of the sacred geometric images. Okay, so we'll talk about this later. Okay, so your ear, so even your ear, the DNA, the cochlear of your eye, of your ears. So everything, even our human body, this ear is so, this is perfect, this is a geometry, okay, this is a perfect geometry of how the universe is so intelligent, and how it created out of nothing, okay. So you have to know that this ear demonstrates this golden spiral. It's a spiral like this, okay. So if you're still not understanding or still not getting how the universe can create patterns and geometric patterns out of ether to the other states of matter like solid, liquid, gas, and water, okay. So look at these videos where I can define, where it can solve your problems, okay.